Let's go, boys.
Yep, you are all unmuted now. Let's go!
Let's go!
Yay!
Alright, welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Eberron, Ashes of the Last War. I'm Obsidia, everybody's favorite Death Knight, as well as the DM of this campaign. What's going to happen tonight? We're going to do the classic roundtable introductions by everybody, before I do a brief session recap, and then we're going to get right back into just seeing how much drama this team of adventurers can have without lifting a single weapon. And so without further ado, let us start with Yulia/Page.
Everyone, my name is Yulia. I go by Royal Knight VT on both Twitch and Twitter. Play a lot of JRPGs. We're playing Sonic on Friday, but normally I play Skyrim, so that's a lot of fun. I also play Page here, which is the local wizard, so thank you so much for having me. I love Dungeons and Dragons.
You should perhaps get a Sonic mod for Skyrim.
No!
You don't want to be Sonic running around, phosphodying like Robotnik dragons?
I hate that. Thanks for the mental image.
You have Lydia replaced by Shadow, just be a real queer energy.
Why is that a thing?
The true
1
queer
million% should
couple
exist.
in that game is Sonic and Knuckles.
God.
But yes, thank you, Yulia. We're all very excited. We also got to do a shout out for Scarth for buying that copy of Sonic Frontiers for Yulia.
Yeah.
To suffer through.
Scarth, ahoy.
Yeah,
Ahoy.
our favorite
Ahoy.
pirate. Our favorite pirate, they, them. All right, next up, we've got our favorite, or I guess our tied for favorite, they, them in the party itself. We have Lily/the Frühling.
Every time, it's great. No, and I think my favorite part. Sorry, I'm on a tangent. My favorite part is you know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I know.
It's a choice.
I'm
No,
chaotic
but-
good. I stand by that.
But yes, hello everyone. My name is Lily. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Lily Faywood. I stream music and RPGs when I can. So if you like that stuff, stop on by. But tonight, yes, I'll be playing Frühling, who is an Eladrin Ranger, and is currently feeling a little autumnal today, I guess you could say.
Love to see it. Thank you, Lily. You will see Fru's picture change colors generally over the course of any given session. That's totally normal. Do not be alarmed. Do not have to readjust your monitors. They're just very gay and fey. All right, next up we've got Jubilee/Mari. Welcome.
Howdy everybody, I'm Mary and I am a variety streamer. You can find me over on my Twitch channel at Maribel Bramble. We like to do comfy cozy streams. We typically like to read books. We're currently reading through Bram Stoker's Dracula, so if that is your vibe, stop on by for all of the gay, spooky, homoerotic vampire times. It's a great time. But occasionally we also play games. Sometimes we craft, sometimes we write. It's a nice chill vibe anytime that you stop by. So I'd love to have you over there. But for tonight, I am Jubilee, the hot pink tiefling, and I'm always happy to be back causing drama.
Yes, and we're always happy to have you, Mari. And, you need to get the spooky gay vampire energy in their stream, and then you come to this stream to just get normal gay energy.
Yes.
Also, you guys should definitely check out Mari's TikTok, where they do lots of cosplays, including cosplays as Jubilee being
I do,
a disaster.
yes.
And it's amazing. I try to post them whenever I can. But yes, thank you, Mari. Next up, we've got our secondary they/them. We've got Litra the Bronze, a bucket of quarter dragon knight, and also Paint.
Yeah, what she said.
The end. They also are a wonderful DM. You can check out their streams on Fridays and Sundays. They run 2 games with basically everybody here, plus a few extras. So if you want to see some awesome campaign shenanigans with While this party may be a group of disastrous gay women, their Friday game is a bunch of disastrous gay men. So you
And
love
a
this-
robot.
and a robot and a porcelain robot. So definitely go check them out. And next up, we have, last but never least, we've got Sess/Sif, 3 letters that go straight to our heart.
I'm a simple man, and I can't cap past 3. Hi, I'm Sif, living suit of armor. I am specifically only a cat girl on Obsidian streams Monday nights. Don't think about it too hard. I'm not streaming this week because I have a convention to go to, but afterwards I will bop you all on the head with Pokemon. Love you.
Big con energy, Sif. Are you bringing back the Sif cosplay?
Yes, I will be wearing it on Saturday and organizing the VTuber photo shoot
Hell yeah!
for the con. So
If you see everybody's favorite spooky knight towering over you, go talk to them and say they're awesome. And
I have business cards. You will get a business card. They're pretty
So
made.
official.
Please, I have 400 of these things.
please just take them. Just take them.
Are you gonna put cat ears on top of the helmet?
Yes, you need to. That's like a mandatory thing.
Because
If I find a
Oh.
stall selling cat ears, I will take
Yes.
Excellent.
Ooh,
All right, you heard that, chat. If you go to some convention where you see Sif, bring your cat ears. Equip him accordingly.
Noting that they said that they're not a cat girl outside of this stream, but they're
Lies.
willing.
The lies.
I
Mhm,
swear to
mhm.
God, I'm
Mhm.
gonna roll
Um,
my egg ass over you.
All right.
It's morbing time.
It's morphing time. It's meowing time. Well, thank you, everybody. Always happy to have y'all. So previously on Eberron, Ashes of the Last War, our party found themselves continuing to decompress after their victory in the arcane arena, enjoying their last day in Sharn before they returned to Greywall. It began with breakfast, where Jubilee had a bit of a heart-to-heart talk with Kai Shen, where she gained some insight into what it means to be a leader as well as a warrior, and that, she's being a lot harder on herself than she really should be, because in the end, teamwork makes the dream work. And then everybody proceeded to go their separate ways, including having Sylvana taking Page out to a spa day in the Middle Towers of Sharn. Of course, everybody went their separate ways without telling Sess, who returned with a stack of breakfast in an empty hotel lobby. And there was much sadness. At the spa day itself, Sylvana and Paige had a wonderful time as Paige became exposed to some of the eccentric ways that magical spa treatments can exist in this world, complete with a particularly succulent, intelligent ooze, a very deep massage from a very large Goliath woman, and finally some magical chakra acupuncture. Before miscommunications led to a bit of one-sided heartbreak and a prompt and a bit sad conclusion of what was otherwise an enjoyable date. Unfortunately for Paige, though, her appearance on the news via the arcane arena led to her professor finding out she was in town without being told that she was returning, which then led to the professor calling her into the school to basically have to I gotta fix that, but basically have to deliver a speech about what she has learned during her work-study time, as well as what she has learned about the practice of magic in the time that she's been abroad working for the Directorate. In addition to that, the other members of the party went about town, engaging in little day-to-day activities. Paint gave a pitch to the party about creating a series of animated illusionary storytelling scenes in which they were going to raise money to eventually be able to build a orphanage. They had some really far-fetched ideas for plots that seemed like they would be so ridiculous that nobody would ever actually do them in real life. Like a group of gay men in a post-apocalyptic fantasy-scape, or a bunch of very rich people flying in space aboard an airship. or a very gay Oni woman and her lesbian half-elf druid girlfriend. All very ridiculous concepts. But this seemingly worked well enough to earn some gold on the side as the Fru began to teach Jubilee via sparring a bit about how to fight dirty, and that really you shouldn't play by anybody's rules because the bad guys won't either. So maybe you need to cut loose and unlock your inner wild child. And with that, they then reconvened with Cess absolutely bedecked in souvenir paraphernalia to bring back to Greywall, including none other than the official Duck World hat and Duck World shoes to be able to show all of their friends and companions. They got aboard the train heading back to Greywall. Cess had a brief talk with her sister where you could feel a bit of the pain under her words, but she ended it in the cringiest dad joke she could, and we concluded there. So, without further ado, we will be picking up with our plucky group of adventurers on the train itself, where I believe specifically Jubilee and Cess are going to have a particular interactions.
Yes, that was the plan. As soon as, everyone got settled in and comfortable, Jubilee is going to seek out Cess for a little chat.
Is this right after the god awful pun I gave?
It is
pretty darn close. Yes.
You just see Cess walking down the hallway of the train with like the most god awful cocky smile on her face.
Cess, are you free for a moment?
How long is this train ride?
It is a day and a half.
I'm free for a day and a half. How can I help you?
I was wondering if we could talk.
Sure. Did you want to do it out here, or did you want to go somewhere more personal?
Somewhere a little more quiet, I think might be best.
All right, lead the way.
So I don't know how exactly our train situation, if we all have like individual sleepers or...
It's business class, so you guys basically have a couple of group sleeper areas.
Okay.
Since there's a lot of you at this point, there's probably 2 bays of 4 beds each.
Okay. I'll just see if any of them are empty, and if so, then that's where we'll head. And slide the door shut and just... Is everything okay? I don't mean to be, like, vague and blunt at the same time, but... Is everything fine?
It is a very vaguish and bluntish question you're asking, but, I mean, I'm fine. I mean, you guys spend the day without me, if that's what you're worried about. I mean, don't worry about it. It happens. I'm not actually mad at you guys. It's just fun teasing you over it, alright?
I don't know, Sis. It didn't... And it's not just... yesterday. You started acting funny after, when we went out, and after we went to the park, and that's really when you started acting a little differently, and maybe I'm totally wrong, but...
Jubilee, listen, it comes to stuff like this, I know you do it, so naturally you're gonna worry about every step you do. It's fine, you didn't do anything wrong, okay?
Well, I'm glad to hear that, but that doesn't... I still feel like something about that night upset you.
Well, with you, I'm not upset. But, you know the Minotaur that was DJing at that disco and, hooked us up with that good deal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, him and I, we used to go out. We were each other's firsts. And, I'm not like heads over heels for him, so don't go thinking this is a boat situation like with Page, okay?
Okay. Was it just awkward to see him again?
It wasn't awkward, it was nice. It's just seeing an ex, you think of exes, brings back bad memories, and then that kiss had me thinking about some exes too, and it was a rough night. Bad memories.
Did you I know you said it didn't mean anything, or didn't have to mean anything, but did you want me to kiss you?
Wow, that's a loaded question. Is there a reason you wanted a private room for this? Because that's
No, oh no, I just
I'm teasing, Juby. She's like patting you on the shoulder and like rubbing your face cheek. Listen, you're really cute, and yeah, I did want the kiss because it sounded like it'd be something nice, but if you're asking if I have a crush on you, if I'm heads over heels with you, don't worry, I'm not gonna drop a bomb like that on you. No. It's fine. I know you're new to this whole sort of thing, so you might not understand. But I used to play around a bit, so I don't mind if that kiss was just for you to try something.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay between us. I couldn't help but think something might be wrong, or that I upset you, and if we're
she interrupts Juby and immediately just pulls her in for a hug and like pats her on the back of her head. Don't overthink it, all right? I was sad because I had some bad memories, and I was happy that I got to spend time with you, okay?
Okay. And I mean, I know I'm no expert in these sorts of things, but I understand disappointment. So you can talk to me, You don't have to. Well, I know I'm probably the last person to be given this piece of advice, but you can share what you're feeling if it'll make you feel better.
I appreciate that, Juby.
Because
go ahead.
Well, Sess, we're a team, and whatever happens will happen or has happened before. I just need to make sure everyone is on the same page, and I don't want to have to worry about your mindset when our next job. And I wanted to make sure that you're okay and that we're okay.
We're okay, Juby. Listen, I care about you a great deal, and I'm not gonna let something like feelings mess up the job, okay? I've already sorted out my past issues, and I already know how to feel about certain things, so don't worry, it's taken care of, alright? I've got my answers.
Okay, if you're sure.
Yeah, I know. Might not all be happy with the hand we got, but we learned to deal with it, okay? And I've figured out how to deal with mine.
You don't have to deal with it by yourself either.
I'm aware.
Okay. And I don't just mean me, you know. It's not about me. I mean, you can always rely on your sister, on, you know, you can rely on Paint, and Frew might be new, but I mean, they've had some pretty profound insight for me too, so.
I know. Yeah, I know Paint. We've been through a lot with them, so I know we can count on them. And I know Frew, little weird, kind of flares up my danger sense a little, but I'm pretty sure
they kind of do for me too. But I mean, a mercenary kind of has to come off as a little bit dangerous. It's all part of the gig.
Yeah, I know. And we got everyone back home too. We got Lily, we got Lady Ray, Magnolia. Although I don't really think me complaining to her would make much sense to her.
I don't know. If you've got boy trouble, she might be the better one to ask.
Oh my God. Well, first off, I'm an equal opportunity kind of gal, Juby, and she kisses you on the forehead. But yeah, if anything, it'll be the other way around with Magnolia, okay? I mean,
All right.
given her tastes, I am more than willing to help and make sure she ends up with the right person.
She might need an experienced hand to guide her, yeah. Well,
you're wording that. It's really hard not to make a joke off that. It's just I'm gonna make it. Nope. Nope.
What'd I say?
Nothing, Juby.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
right.
you were saying something?
Well, that's really, that's all I had to say. I'm glad things are okay. So, thanks for talking with me.
Anytime, Juby, and if things get to a point where they won't be okay, I'll talk it out with you. Last thing I want is one of you guys getting hurt because of some confusing feelings.
I appreciate that. So, and I'll trust you on that, and I'll hold you to it.
Same to you, Juby. And that's all. Says unlocks the door and walks back out in the hallway.
Okay.
And I guess, Obs, we can go ahead and immediately segue into Juby's next thing if you want, or if you wanted to switch over to someone else, I'll leave that up to you.
Nope, that's fine. As this is the last thing that happens on the train itself. So, Jubilee, what would you like to do next?
Well, I think she would stay in that compartment and shut the door and just exhale a little bit and kind of look over to Prince on her shoulder like, oh, well, I think that went about as well as I could have hoped.
Meow, meow.
Yeah, I'm still a little worried, but I feel a little better. But I can't help thinking about what Frew said and what Kashan said, and I think they're absolutely right, and I need to step up a little bit and use whatever resources I have to better myself. And she's gonna, at this point, just look at the sword that's strapped to her right now and take out heal and just kind of sit there with it for a little bit. Like, I was hesitant to use this because it kind of felt like cheating using magic a magic sword to bolster your abilities, but if the world's not going to fight fair, I don't see why I have to either, if it means I'll be a little stronger. And I know she's already attuned, but she's just gonna sit there and just ponder her usage of the sword and how she's sort of not like resigning herself, that makes it sound negative, but just resigning that this is a useful tool that I can better utilize.
As you look down at the sword, you got it on your lap. You see your reflection in the sword looking back at you, but it's a slightly different version of you. And it's got a very ornate, highly stylized, form-fitting suit of plate mail, and they look at you and they extend a hand out like against the blade, and you feel a great pressure that it's kind of like you're the little Dutch boy with your finger holding up the dam. You can feel all the pressure on the other side of it, and it's just a matter of, do you want to let go?
She's gonna keep holding on to it, onto the sword.
Okay.
And just meet that gaze in the reflection, and sort of like an acceptance, like this is a responsibility I'm bringing upon myself willingly.
And you feel all of that tension, that kind of like palpable, highly strung vibration in the air just snaps. And it's a bit invigorating. Like you feel so much lighter right now. You feel like you are strong. And it's kind of weird that it's taken you so long to really process that completely. And you know that once you've opened yourself up to the possibilities of leaving who you once were to become someone different, someone better, it's eye-opening. And you just feel that kind of crackle of energy across your fingertips. And with just a mere thought, the blade goes from being in your lap to in your hand. And it continues to just weigh nothing at all, except it feels less like you're holding a sword anymore. It's now truly an extension of you. And Prince just looks at you with his big kitty eyes.
Yeah, things are going to be okay. Things are going to be just fine. And she'll sheathe, heal, give you head scritches before scooping him up and putting him on her shoulder, and she'll go and rejoin the group.
Okay. And with that, you feel an extra pep in your step, a bit more spring when you move. And when you're in combat, you always have that feeling of being able to move faster, react quicker. But you definitely feel that kind of secondary sense. Like it's very much like a split second where you can process reality faster than reality can process you. And that's just kind of how you move now. But yeah, so with that, I believe there are some abilities that I've told you you will get now.
Yes.
And
quick
yes.
question,
yes.
Just out of curiosity, as this is happening, does Prince do anything, or is he just kind of sitting there like a little kitty?
He watches you very intently, not just like a cat watching you pee, but like the cat is very much gazing into you. But the cat doesn't seem to like have any particular reactions one way or another. It takes your further attunement to the mantle and kind of just goes in stride, like this is what was expected.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
All right. And with that, the rest of the train ride will go by uneventfully, as the party eventually heads to bed. Sylvana continues to be quiet. Kai-Shen is just always quiet unless somebody's talking to him, and the party all dealing with their respective issues and thoughts. When you finally see the big gray stone walls of Greywall appear before you, you hear, over the intercom through the speaking stones, you're, Greywall will be 5 minutes to repair to Greywall. And you guys can get your things together.
It ain't just me, right? They really should paint that wall, yeah? Because, like, every time you come and go, it's just a wall of gray. It's so bland.
I mean, it is called Greywall.
Yeah, but think about renaming it. Maybe you could call it, like, Red Wall or something.
I feel like that would systematically break a lot of structures that have already been here for quite some time.
That's a lot of big thoughts that go over my head, so I'm gonna stick with the idea of painting the wall a different color.
Fair.
It's not like I can act on it, though.
Could be rose gold.
That is a lovely idea.
Oh, don't get too far ahead of yourselves.
The future where we take over the town and legally change its name.
I mean, the rose gold wall doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. You just want
What
this
if
to
we
be...
remove the wall?
It just calls the city rose gold, occupied by rose gold. You have some high ambitions there, sis.
I'm making conjecture.
Oh, nice word.
Thank you. I was while Sylvana was napping, I may have taken a look at some of her books.
Huh? You're looking at people's things with they're not awake?
What? It's just a book. It's not like I opened up their diary. Although now that you say it, if one of your diaries were to be lying about opened and it was on a page that I could read from afar, I may help my.
Was it page 37?
Huh?
I didn't read anyone's diary, if that's what you're thinking. Paint. Although, if you're offering, I'd be more than happy to offer constructive criticism off of reading your diary entries.
I'm so glad I don't keep a diary.
Right, we should go.
All right. As you guys get off the lightning rail, you can head on back to where your house formerly was. Lily is at the train station, ready to greet you guys in her little maid outfit. She goes,
Welcome back to Greywall, everyone. Geez, it looks like you've got some new faces.
Yeah, we do, Lily. I hope that's all right. I know it's short notice.
So good to see you again.
Oh, it's good to see you again, Lord Pate.
Go ahead and give her a bit of a hair tussle.
Whoa.
You folks have a goblin maid or butler as well.
Oh?
As well?
Oh,
Did you pack
No.
a goblin in your luggage?
no. There's no goblin in my luggage or any sort of innuendo related towards that.
I was about to say, you might want to tell Jubilee how you do that. That way they may not, forget their retainers next time.
Get them? I just went ahead without them.
No, but
There were 2 extra
Ugh.
stops because you never came got them.
Listen. If Magnolia can't read a train ticket, that's on her. I don't know what to tell you.
but yes, I have a goblin butler myself, back in where I'm from.
Oh, geez, well, I hope they serve you very well.
No, they do, absolutely. Quite talented.
Don't worry, Lily. You're still our special little goblin girl.
Oh.
We should introduce these two properly though. Who wants to do that? I think
Themselves?
Paige should as the. Oh well, I mean, typically, it's isn't it like more meaningful to have someone else introduce you to a person or something? It's like a friendly bridge, Anyways, I was gonna nominate Paige because she was the one who freed Kai Shen, but
I mean, of course, that's fine. Kai, this is, she's our friend. This is Kai Shin.
Lily eyes go like 5 sizes bigger as she looks up at Kai Shen.
Diane Zhao, it's truly an honor to meet you.
As she curtsies intensifies.
Yes, Mr. Zhao here is going to be staying with us for the foreseeable future. I hope that's all right.
Absolutely, of course. But we're honored to be able to host you, Diane.
Big fan of the arcane arena?
Arcane Arena?
Oh. There's something else going on here then.
You do not have to call me Diane. I'm simply in service to them.
Little do we know that Lily has like 3 issues of the same magazine because he's on the cover of every single.
He's got a cardboard cutout in the basement. Yeah.
I'm not about to go
with the
through
little Lily-shaped kiss mark on the cheek.
Not about to go through any sort of formalities. Lily, I believe I heard the name was. My name is Fruling. I accompanied them through the bouts in the arcane arena in the previous quest. I will be staying here for at least a little bit, trying to gather some information, But I appreciate your hospitality, and I thank you very much. They bow very deeply.
You bow so deep you get onto Lily's level. She looks up at you and goes,
well, we're very honored to have you, Master Fru. We'll do our best to take care of you.
I'll do my best to take care of you folks as well.
Well, I guess we should return to the mansion.
Things been okay at home? I hope Maggie didn't give you too much trouble while we were away.
I don't know. Things have been good. It's been a little crazy. The place is gonna look a little different than it was when you left it.
Different good?
Different bigger.
Oh, I see.
You didn't tell me that you had a mansion. You just said it was a place.
A
Well,
mansion is a place.
Got him.
You're not wrong. Generally, people like to flaunt that a bit more.
It's kind of new to us too. So
yeah,
last we
yeah.
checked, it was more of an open room kind of main room and basement and 2 bedrooms upstairs.
Well, I guess we'll see what the new place looks like.
All right. After a few minutes of going through the wall and everything, you head back to where your house used to be, and there's been several buildings that have been cleared down and replaced by one very big building.
We didn't like force anybody to be homeless from this, because then I feel bad. Are those other buildings like empty?
No, but
Offer Lily a piggyback ride.
I was informed by Captain Venomspike that they were being relocated to new dwellings.
That's a very threatening way to say
Oh.
that, but
Good, nice dwellings, I hope.
Well, she didn't
They were paid out,
specify,
right?
but I don't think the governor would be mean like that.
I hope not.
And yeah, you have a certified mansion in front of you.
Oh my goodness.
My gosh.
It looks like it was like raised out of stone for all of the expansions to it from the core house itself.
Do they at least have a good interior decorator?
They've done a pretty good job. I tried to tell them what you guys like.
Thank you for overseeing this, Lily. I know what a nightmare this must have been.
It was definitely a lot when the high priestess Hecate came with other Medusa and they started creating all the stone, and then there was this there were these architects that came in. It was a lot of magic going around, and I was just doing my best to make sure they didn't squish your rooms or anything.
Did a lady by the name of the Dada come by too?
No,
Who?
nobody named the daughter came by.
Remember Paint, the lady who came out to our dreams but not yours, and then told us to do this job for LD? She said she'd come by to
the
stop
fact
by for
that
this.
I didn't have a dream kind of indicates that I wouldn't remember her, but
Well, yeah,
yes,
but
I remember
we told you.
yeah, I remember you said we had a job with someone shady, and then we went there, and then I got called away.
And I mentioned the old lady who was there with us in the dream. You guys remember too, right? I'm not gaslighting
yeah.
myself here, are you?
Oh no,
Am
no,
I-
she had the best cookies too.
Yeah, I thought she'd come by for tea or something, but oh
Yeah.
well, she'll show up when she shows up, I guess. Anyways,
Should we
Oh.
go look around? See it?
important real quick, says like bought a whole extra luggage case for this, for the Duckland souvenirs. Here you go, Lily. And she pulls out a feather stylized after the titular female lead of the Duckland show, Susie Swan, and it is a rather dorky, tacky looking feather duster.
Well, did you know that Lily was afraid of ducks this whole time?
She'll get over here if she is.
Oh my gosh, where'd you get that? That's like very, very ostentatious.
Do your best work with it, Lily. Show it off to the others. I got gifts for the other ones, for the other people too.
I'll do.
By the way, would you be willing to give us a quick tour of our new home?
Oh, of course. I'll be happy to show you.
And so her little goblin feet go pattering towards the house, where she opens up a big set of double doors, and you guys find yourselves in the foyer of your new mansion with its double staircase leading up to a second story. And you see that standing there are Jubilee's two maids. who bow deeply at seeing Jubilee enter
Are-
once more.
They're not retainers anymore. They're mates.
They were made retainers.
They get your battle mates. Okay, we can. That's way cuter.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
got her
my
big wood
battle
elf
mates.
and her big half orc. Actually, I think it's a full orc. Actually, no, she's a half orc. I have it written down because I'm smart like that.
Big brain obs, big
Go.
brain.
And so yeah, they both bow to you deeply, look up at you, and Nezca says, the half orc, it is a pleasure to have you back, Jubilee.
Thank you. And thank you for helping Lily take care of things while we're away.
It is nothing, Lady Ravimont.
Is Maggie around?
The maids look at each other, and the wood elf Shavira will look at you and go, Lady Magnolia Ravimont is upstairs enjoying the bath.
Ah, I see. I won't disturb her just yet. Then I'll see her later.
You made a face like we should be worried.
No, Lady Ravimont has been fully utilizing the enjoyments of this new home.
I'm sure she has after several weeks of sharing a bedroom.
By the way, how many bedrooms are there now?
Lily goes and holds up her hands in a big, wide gesture, and she goes,
More than enough!
she twirls in place.
That's a big number.
It's my favorite number, actually.
Everybody can have their own room, and then some.
Great, because I had like 7 more friends I wanted to invite over to live here.
Pardon?
They're gonna earn the keep too, or they just
Seven?
gonna.
7.
No, I'm just joking around.
Oh, right.
Do you
Right.
think I have 7 more friends? Ha!
I don't know. Your social circle was pretty
were-
large.
You were getting on the disco too. You offered a lot of people to come join you for like book study.
Could be your Ceto troop.
I wasn't. What? I was never in a circus.
No. You said that you wanted to do some productions to raise money for children. I assume that you would have at least a few other people helping out with that. Like a Ceto troop.
Well, the thing is, I don't really need to. And it's more of just a side thing to help raise money for the orphanage.
Fair enough.
You see, with illusions, I can literally just make any moving pictures and sound that I need.
That is absolutely correct. I just thought that maybe, when we're busy, having someone to continue the job would be helpful. Don't overwork yourself there, Paint.
Well, that sounds like a whole other conversation. But I can give you guys a little tour of the house.
Yes, please. The rest of the house. We gotta. Wait, important. How do we have more bathrooms now? Because I really don't want to have to fight Maggie to use it.
Yes, there are several more bathrooms now.
Ah, God bless, God bless. All right, on with the tour, Lily. On with the tour. Show us the rest of it.
All right.
Oh, and you retainers, I got you these, and she hands out a matching set of doilies from Duckland featuring Donicus Duck and Susie Swan.
Doilies?
They look at each other, look at the doilies, and then look at Yusas. They go, "It is truly an honor."
Oh, you guys actually like those. I wasn't sure because I didn't have Jubilee with me, but I'll get you more next time we go somewhere, all right?
Do not feel the need to gift us more than what you already have.
Oh, nah, please. You're part of the family now. All right, I'll get you more doilies. I didn't realize they were doily, actually. Like she's saying this as they're walking up. I didn't realize they were doily fans.
You know,
As we're walking
I don't
away,
think I knew that
I whispered to the retainers. I tried to convince them to give you jewelry, but they insisted on Duckland.
Out of character, don't you fucking gaslight them against me.
It is what it is, Lord de Orion. But yeah, Lily will give you a tour of your big old house now. It's got lots of rooms. There's a gym in it now. There is also a library. No real books in it yet, but there is a library area. Kitchen is much larger. There's like a full dining room. There's enough rooms for everybody and then some, each with their own bathrooms. There is also a garden. Like instead of your small backyard with its porch, there's a much more expansive garden that's been placed in the backyard, as well as oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. As well as some balconies to look over everything. You are one of the higher buildings in this area, so you're probably about a 3-story building that just kind of expands out a bit. But yeah, it is very nice. It's kind of sparsely furnished at this point, but there's at least like the bare essentials for each room. And then anything like for any rooms that you guys had, they have placed your stuff into them. Lily took the discretion to divide up all the ladies' things into different rooms. Since you guys were literally all like sharing one room. But yeah, so that is your new house, your new mansion.
Yeah, I think this will do just fine.
It's so big. It's oh my goodness.
It's like one of your summer houses, Jubilee.
Yeah, it's well, it's bigger than what we had.
So many steps on these stairs. Look at me. Look, it says like walks down the stairs. It's bottom. It gets to the bottom of the main staircase. Looks up at Page, goes, "Look at how far away I am now." That's so many stairs.
It's a little overwhelming.
Definitely big.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we have the space to entertain, though. That's the only thing. But I'm sure we can figure something out.
Ah, rich people.
This will do.
Said that my house was bigger and richer, and yet you're the one that's the snobbier, the two of us.
Snobby?
Well, hold on. Paint, you were given a useful tool most rich kids don't have. Perspective. Anyways, it's just this major building, right? Lily, no other smaller things like a shed or a garden or a training area outside. Just this big house.
Yes, it's just the one room. There is a gym. There is a gym for you to use, if you wish to engage in physical exertion. I've tried it out. It's very nice. And you know that there's lots of room. You could always convert any of the other rooms into things you may want. Just let me know, and I can start asking for the stipend to be used for it.
Where's your room, Lily?
Pardon?
Where's your room?
Oh, the servants' quarters is still down in the basement.
But we have so many extra. You could claim your own room.
Oh, I don't need my own room. I go where I belong.
We own this property, right? And we get to designate which area is the servants' quarters, right?
Well, I guess technically.
All right, we're moving the servants' quarters to the same areas where we live. You guys can divide the remaining rooms. You can each take one, and those are the new servants' quarters. The basement will be converted into something else. We'll figure it out later. I've never been a landlord before. It's kind of scary.
Oh, but that's not like how it works.
What do you mean how it works? We're the ones in charge. We get to pick how it works.
Well,
Is there any?
yes,
Is there?
but it's usually the choice of the person if they want it or not. You can't just demand that they take a gift.
I guess that's fair. Lily, look me in the eyes. And this is I'm moving the lord and servant status away to just two people, right? Look me in the eyes, and like says like kneels down to like full eye contact level. You're gonna look at me. Do you prefer sleeping in the basement versus sleeping in a nice room?
Gives you those big goblet eyes with their big red irises.
Staring back with the eyes of a cat. Maximum predator.
I like being underground.
Then, if that's what you
All right,
like.
there you go.
But if you
see,
feel
no need to force a bigger room if she doesn't want it. If she likes where she is now, then she can stay there. Just know that the
Well-
other offer is always on the table, Lily.
And the other retainers can choose to move their servants' quarters upstairs too. Kind of feels like they should also have the choice. Oh, and if you feel like the servants' quarters could be made to be better for you, feel free to dip into the stipend, okay?
Nezca will look at Jubilee and go, "We will follow wherever Lord Ravimont tells us to go."
Oh, well, I mean, I'm fine, having my own space, but I know that, I don't want you to feel crowded down in the basement. So, if you'd feel more comfortable, please, I want you to claim one of the unused rooms for yourselves.
Perhaps a room on each side of her for extra security.
I don't need the security. That's not what it's about.
As you wish, Lady Ravimont. But yeah, so with that, everybody can settle in. Sylvana will find where Lily put her stuff, and will.
I asked one of the. Oh, sorry.
No, you can say something.
I asked the servants if the bath comes with both cold and hot water.
It does. It's
Fantastic.
got magical
I'm taking
heating.
fantastic. I'm going to be taking a long, hot, steamy bath until paint is red.
All right. But yeah,
I thought only fruit could turn red.
I'm a changeling. I can be whatever the hell I want.
It was a joke.
It is yolk. Yeah, Sylvana will walk up to you, Jubilee, and ask him, would it be alright if I stay with you? I know I can have my own room, but as I said, I don't really like being alone.
Oh, Juby's gonna take a quick, hopefully inconspicuous look over at Paige, and look back at Sylvana. Just, I mean, yeah, you're always welcome to stay with me if you want. So long as you don't mind that, Prince likes to have his own pillow on the bed. But other than that, it should be fine.
It's fine, Jubilee. I've slept with you and Prince before. It should be fine.
Yeah, she's kind of looking, her ears kind of back a little bit.
I feel like Cez is like talking to Paige. Like, I feel this would be a moment where Paige is distracted. So Cez is like, "Hey, Paige, what's a stipend?" And that's what they're talking about.
Well.
So that Sylvana and Juby could talk with relative privacy.
So I'll just quietly go into the room and start putting down her stuff and everything. She's continuing her not saying much after leaving Sharn.
Juby's gonna follow in and kind of shut the door and just I don't mean to pry if it's none of my business, but is there something going on? I'm sorry if I'm making assumptions where I shouldn't. I kind of assumed you would want to be with Paige.
Sylvana kind of looks a little awkward and blushy and goes, yeah, I just feel like I should have a little space. I made something very uncomfortable without realizing it, and I don't know, I know that I messed up, and I just think it'd be better if I just, gave her some space for a bit, and I could learn how to process everything. It was all just a big miscommunication.
Oh, Sylvana, I'm sorry. I think I understand what you're saying. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like. But whenever you're ready, I think it'd be good to have a conversation with Paige to realign expectations.
I know. I know that I'm just being silly, but it's hard. It's really hard, and I
Sylvana, it's not silly. It's not. You tell yourself it is, and you tell yourself that you should or shouldn't feel a certain way about someone. But it's not silly. But you're welcome to stay as long as you need. So
Thank you.
I'll leave you to unpack.
Thank you. And her spider bot will hop off her back and start putting stuff away with her.
And Juby will set down some of her luggage and promptly exit.
Okay. Yes, the mansion does have more than one big bath area. So Paint can go bathe separately from Magnolia. So Paige, Cess, Paint, and Fru. What would you like to do? Let's start with Cess and Paige.
I know they were having that little tiny conversation to distract, but she's gonna kind of look back at the room with Juby and Sylvana before shaking her head. And so did you want to try to look for a room, or did you? I mean, I feel like there's enough bedrooms. Did you want your own bedroom?
I think we should grab 2, and then, we'll normally be sharing one, but in case, something happens and one of us needs the room for the night, like, for example, if I get injured and need medical attention, God forbid, obviously I can't cuddle with you with broken limbs, but, why not grab 2 rooms? It's like, who the fuck's gonna complain? We got, as Lily said, as many as we could ever need.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, of course. I really like your room with the view. I'm sure we could find something.
Worst case, we can make a hole in the wall.
Well, I mean, I don't think we'd want to do that.
We got a stipend. That's what it's for, right?
I mean, I feel like they put a lot of work into remodeling this.
I think I understood your definition of stipend. I think we'll be fine. All right, you wanted a room with a view, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get one towards the front end of the house. How about that?
That sounds great.
Well, this one in the corner's not too far from the bath neither. That's good. Alright, and I'm assuming each doors have signs, so they'll mark one as Says and one as Page, even though they're mainly going to be using one.
Yep.
Lower caste, mind style. Let's go, baby. Take everything.
Let's freaking go.
Let's go. Then Paint, you're bathing, getting a nice bubble bath. bubble bath.
A steamy bath where I can just nice and relax, and there's just enough steam to censor anything that needs to be censored.
And Fru, what would you like to do, Fru?
So they kind of just take a second because living in sort of the lap of luxury is something that is kind of nostalgic for them. They essentially just, find an empty room, put their stuff down, and just kind of take a second and just sit there for a bit and just be like, slap themselves in the face, remind themselves, just like, don't get sentimental about this. It's just another job. And then is going to get up and go to the gym and basically just go do weights and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah, so everybody gets their respective places, settles in. So next up was going to be Fru and your quest for knowledge. So after you've had some time to work out, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so I think let's see. So just for bringing up the quest for knowledge, essentially what they want to do is they're going to kind of look into whatever happened during quest 1 to try and figure out what it is, the truth of the Seeker's involvement, and here we go. They are particularly suspicious of Paint for being a changeling that seemed to change personalities directly after involvement with the Seekers.
Okay. Yeah, if you talk to Lily, she will tell you about how the party are a bunch of huge heroes in Greywall, and that they got given this house by the governor because of what they did fighting a Seeker cell. And she talks about how, like, bunch of monster kids were kidnapped, but they were thankfully all saved. And they were some very fancy people too in their own right. So they made some really nice friends, like Lady Cryotrixia. She's a really nice Lamia, and she's one of the champions of the city. And they saved her daughter.
Oh, saved her? It does sound like quite a bit of a heroic tale there.
Oh, very.
Earned your trust, I see.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I am sworn to serve them because the governor has commanded me, but they are very nice people.
So you're only in it because the governor told you so?
Well, it's my duty to serve. That's what my purpose is.
I really do need to get you and Snow in a room together. He would teach you a lot of good things.
Is that your butler?
It is. Snow is my butler.
What's their real name? What clan are they from?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, jeez.
It's not that... I would tell you later. It is a bit of a personal story. But just where they are now, they don't wish to be reminded of anything other than the jobs that they find themselves with.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope that they serve you well and that they're bringing honor to their clan by doing so.
And you've been here the whole time.
Yes, Clan Way is in service to the governor.
You spoke about a Lamia, and that they were rewarded by a higher up in the city whose daughter was kidnapped.
Oh,
Might I be able to speak with them? I'd be interested in seeing their opinion on this.
Oh, sure. If you want to speak to Lady Cryotrixie, I can have a messenger notify her.
I would very much appreciate that.
Of course. She's a very nice lady.
Real quick, if I may, it's the ones they call paint.
Yes?
Changeling?
That is what I've been led to believe.
Have they ever had situations where they change their personality on the flip of a dime and haven't switched back?
She kind of looks to the side and, kind of moves her right foot against the ground for a little bit and goes,
They have been going through a lot.
I see that conversation made you uncomfortable. Please, I apologize. It is all right.
I'm sorry, Master Froling, but I'm...
Oh, do not, no, none of the master stuff. None of the master stuff.
What would you like me to call you? Are you like Seth? Do you just want me to say Seth? Or, I guess, Froling?
Well, you can also call me Frau, Herr, any of the sorts. But it's not that the master seems to be a bit strong. The people that you serve here, Seth, Jubilee, Page, Paint, and all the others, they are your masters, but I am just a passerby, at least for now. Okay?
Okay, Herr Froling.
Lovely.
But before I go to get that messenger, I have a question.
She kind of pulls at your pant leg.
Of course, I asked a few questions of you. What is it that you desire?
How did you meet Diane Zhao?
He was in the arena. Bit of a sad story now that I'm here. I don't know exactly what's going on with him, but he seems to be not down on his luck anymore, but defeated in spirit. He was in service of a family in the city of Sharn, and unwillingly doing rigged fights to make them as much money as possible. Truly a fantastic warrior. But we went up against him, freed him of his contract, and so here they are.
Oh, jeez, that's so much to process. I've heard of the legends of him from the war. He was quite the accomplished warrior and clan chief.
Well, then I'm very glad to have freed him from a situation that he did not want to be a part of.
You
Yes, that-
did something very good then, and you should be honored to be in his presence.
Oh, don't worry. I value him greatly. I was not aware that he had such a pull and sway with the goblins, the goblin clans.
He's an old ways goblinoid. He is practically like a living descendant of the old empire. And the stories of what he and Clan Zhao did in service during the war they're quite impressive. They called him the Lord of Shrikes.
So not only was he Lord of the Arena, he was Lord of very many good people.
But I heard that Clan Zhao had been destroyed, so I assumed that he had died with it.
I think he might have wished that he would. But I feel like I shouldn't even need to say this, but be sure to take good care of him. I don't think he finds much joy left in the world. And for a man of his stature, as you so say, I find that to be a shame. Great shame.
Well, I'll do my best. I'll be sure to honor him and to honor my clan and to honor you all.
I don't need the honor, but I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get that messenger sent. I'll be sure to notify you as soon as I hear back.
I appreciate it very much, dear. You know where to find me.
So yeah, you will, within a couple hours, you'll get a return response that you are allowed to go to Lady Crowtrixia's manor and speak to her.
Okay.
At your convenience.
Mm-hmm.
We will, before we finish that, we will hop over to Cess. I believe that you were coordinating a posse for a certain activity with Flamebearer Ray. Are you muted, Cess, or just not here?
I am muted. Excuse me. I am stupid. I'm a little stupid. Anyways, as I was saying, to my muted mic, last time we did ask someone to get checked out because of the weird sword. So it says is gonna grab Juby, as well as Paint, and take to have Lady Ray look over Juby in regards to if the sword is messing with her in any weird ways.
Is this a new day or is this
No, this
the
is
same day?
Well, it's up to you guys if you want to do it the day you get back or the next day. Or
I'm down to like wait a bit. We just got. It was a long train ride. You know, everyone's a little
I
tired.
just took a bath.
Yeah, I'd use the rest of that day to give gifts to like the other people, like Cryotrixie and Cleotrixia. Like I got shark for the child and
First thing in the
shark
morning.
for the mom.
okay, so the
Yeah,
next morning
next
you
morning.
can head on over with your posse of ne'er-do-wells. Jubilee, do you go willingly with Cess to go see Flamebearer Ray?
I mean, she did say she would if it would make Cess feel better, so she's not gonna back out of that promise.
Okay.
Along the way, I'm just like, so why is it that you're wanting to go see the priestess?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I think Cess is just a little concerned about.
I don't think it's just me. I think Paige was also concerned. I think Fru raised the eyebrow a little bit when, you saw what Paint turned into and was surprised that that's how you looked like.
Wait, what?
We didn't. Out of character. I'm not gaslighting myself.
That
Wasn't
was
there a
the thing.
moment where
Mhm.
Paint turned into what Jubilee currently looked like, and
Yeah.
Jubilee was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Wait a minute, I look different.
That
That's
is-
bad."
That
I
did
misheard you. I thought
that
you
did
said.
happen.
Yeah, I thought you were
said
about like a
something
paint
else.
monster thing.
Oh no. I'm talking about Jubilee. We're dealing. This is our monster of the week right now. Yeah. Listen, might not be nothing. Maybe for all I know, maybe this is normal, but I
Do we
don't
have
know.
any idea what might be causing it?
It started when she picked up that the weird sword, right? I mean, I don't want to join it. For all I know, maybe there was some bad gas in Sharn,
Wait,
I mean,
the sword from the train.
yes, but if it
You're
alleviates,
still using that?
well, I
I
did.
thought you put that away after we had my problem solved.
Well, no, I used it in the arena, I figured, we could use all the help we could get, but
No, Jubilee, that sword has like some serious like bad juju about it. I lived.
Look, if it alleviates any of your fears, anytime that I've used it, I have not felt any sort of negative or malevolent energy coming from this. And I mean, I know I'm not the most skilled magic practitioner in our group, but I do know a thing or two about magic.
I can't stop you from using it, but I do still want to warn you that I literally had an angel inside me that wanted to push this thing as far away from me as possible.
Yeah, so did Cliff. Are we going to trust his judgment on this too?
Probably, yes, because he didn't want more competition for the body that he already had.
Alright, so now you're seeing my concern. So, chop chop, Lady Race.
Yeah, if it'll make you feel better, then
It would mean the world to me, Juby.
All right.
All right. So you guys head on over to the Chapel of the Silver Flame. When you get
Not
in...
to mention Jubilee, also the person that we got it from, was kind of also acting possessed. Just saying.
I don't think, with how the Fae are, I don't think we can assume.
That's exactly how the Fae can work. And he had a bunch of dog summons, and now all of a sudden you have a cat summon?
Is that? Okay, I think you're stretching
Prince
for
is
some
just a lost
correlation
cat.
here. Prince showed up, but long after I picked up Heal for the first time. He just showed up on the back porch. It's not like I summoned him.
How do you know?
I guess I don't, but I didn't ask.
And he only seems to hang around you.
What are you talking about? I literally pick him up on the regular. Are you saying that because he doesn't let you play with him?
Meow.
Yeah, see? Prince is just
I've
minding
played
his own
with him
business.
a few times. But he's also just seems to be a lot smarter than your cat, and he came to you after you had that sword.
What's that supposed to mean?
Meow.
Because Page
That
ain't
Fae
here.
have a lot of strange things.
I think.
Yeah, the
I
nice
think
paint.
you need to.
I'm not
serve.
trying to upset you by any of this. I'm not trying to say that using the sword was dumb. I am just saying we need to be cautious about it because there's a lot of things about the sword we don't know.
You're right. It wasn't dumb because I know what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, if it turns out there is something more to that thing, then, after this you will be acting with the knowledge in mind, okay?
Right.
All right. You guys do arrive at the Chapel of the Silver Flame. As you get up to it, you see Prince's head look to the side, where you see some pigeons, and he hops off your shoulder and goes chasing after them.
Oh, Prince. Oh, jeez. Is he like long gone?
Yeah, he blitzes, and then they start to fly, and so he starts flying after them.
Oh, all right. Well, he knows where he. I'm sure it's fine.
He's got a homing instinct.
Sure, I hope so. I don't want to.
So interesting that he hopped
Wow.
off right before we go talk to the priest to identify the sword.
Oh my God, Paint! Will you stop?
I'm just saying.
He's just a cat.
Yeah, and I was just a noble boy.
Still technically out since you haven't told your family.
Oof.
Alright, come on, let's get in there before we say more things we're gonna regret. This is gonna open the door to the church.
You see Flamebearer Ray glaring at you with her arms crossed across her chest and one of her metal feet tapping on the ground impatiently. He goes, So you've returned! I heard you shouting outside my chapel!
Sorry, my cat was chasing pigeons.
Is that a euphemism for something?
No,
No.
oh no, quite literally, my cat was chasing the pigeons outside. So I'm sorry for the ruckus.
Well, it's good to see you are all back and intact. I've heard that you got involved in quite some intense fighting in Sharn, but I guess even people as incompetent as you all can sometimes triumph in the face of adversity.
Well, we can have a drink once in a while.
Wait. Did you see our match, or did you just hear about it?
I heard about it. I don't watch those idiotic fights.
Okay, we're here for something important, and then we'll drop the trivia off after, but, would you mind taking a look at Juby here?
She does a very quick look up and down of Jubilee and goes, "That is Jubilee. What is your next request?"
She looks different, right?
Yes, she clearly has. She kind of narrows her one flesh eye at Jubilee. She has clearly been... Wait, is this some kind of late-stage fiendish ancestry?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
She will...
Maybe.
She will stride, or she will march towards you, her metal feet clacking against the stone floors, as she lifts up her metal arm and grabs you by the chin. It very much, like, moves your head around as she's looking at it from different angles.
Okay, you're just getting right up there. Okay.
And then she'll use her flesh hand to actually, like, physically open up one of your eyes to look
Ow.
into it. Have you come into contact with the Fae?
Other than
Well, not direct. I mean, there's paint, and we just got a new addition to our crew who's Fae-ish.
Show with the sword.
There's also the there were Fae on that train that we were fighting.
There were Fae on the train that we were fighting, and I did claim one of their swords.
Let me see it.
Sure. And she'll unsheath, heal, and hold it in her hands to show Lady Ray.
She looks at it, very closely and goes, "Have you been consorting with the Fae at all, aside from using this sword?"
No, just using the sword. I used it briefly when we were helping paint here in your chapel, if you recall, and I used it again in the arena.
So these changes have occurred since you fought in my chapel?
Yes, I suppose they did.
She, while still, basically vice clamping Jubilee's face in place with her metal arm, she turns and snaps her head to look at Sess and goes, "What did I tell you when you dragged in that spirit-possessed child last time? You've come and brought more of that into my church?"
I didn't know this time. This time I did not know. I was just curious. I was just concerned.
I had a small feeling.
I just figured, maybe the sword was cursed. I didn't realize it was like the exact same shtick again. We won't break your pews this time.
You've made a pact with them, haven't you?
Pact? No,
You made a pact with the Fae?
No, I didn't. I haven't met any Fae.
You don't need to meet them, Jubilee.
She lets go of Jubilee's face and kind of steps back and glaring at all three of you and goes, I assumed you all had learned something from what happened to Cliff.
This, lady, this is not what you think it is.
No,
I don't know
Jubilee.
what you think is going on, but I'm
Jubilee.
still me.
You've made a pact. If from what I tell, it's still an early pact, but a pact nonetheless. Mine lasted a very long time, and it warped my body in ways that I'll never recover from. My original form forever lost. It looks scarred like Cliff. The same can happen to you, and it looks like it's already started. The
I'm
pact
not.
doesn't need to be made in person with the other entity. It's just, it can be done through a simple will. All you have to do is accept.
You seem to be delusional and deluded all in one. I would advise you toss away that sword or destroy it. Unless you're fine with having your soul given away to otherworldly beings.
I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think is going on. But this is not like what Paint went through. I'm still me. There is no other being, no other voice. It's just me.
And explain why your eyes are no longer pink.
I don't have an answer for that. All I know is I know you're worried that something like what happened to you will happen to me, but the fact of the matter is I am not like you. And I'm stronger.
Ray will...
Says.
Sorry. Ray will move her hand dismissively and just go, if you are that far in denial, then you are as weak as I assumed.
I am not weak.
Jubilee, just because you recognize what's happening doesn't make you weak. You can still say no and grow stronger on your own without relying on this power. It's tempting, I know. Trust me, I know, but you can still say no and grow stronger on your own without having to rely on it.
I'm not relying on anything.
Then prove it. Prove to us that you're just as good with that without that sword than with it.
You have nothing to prove to me other than a reason to no longer be wasting my time. If you're going to have dimed out your soul to whatever was the smiling being across the mirror from you, that is not my concern. If you don't wish to help yourself, then you can get out.
I'm not doing it for me. And she's just gonna sheath heel and walk back out. Very
Jubilee.
briskly.
I start to go after her.
Anything else to waste my time, Cess?
She doesn't go immediately after Paint and Jerby. She looks back at Ray and goes, you know, after what happened with Paint, I sort of figured that you were just upset that we broke your pews. But after what happened with Juby, or what's happening with Juby, Lady Ray, did you lose someone to a pact? Is this striking somewhere close for you?
These pacts are a sign of weakness, an inability to put your faith in yourself or into your god. Making a deal with something pretending to be such is a sign of idiocy, lunacy, and frailty. I do not help those who are unwilling to put in the bare minimum of effort to at least move forward in their lives and become stronger. She clearly believes that she's in the right. I do not seek to dissuade her of that notion out of my own edification.
Well, when she does get strong enough to put that thing down, would you help her then?
I will always help those in need, but I cannot force my help upon someone who does not want it. If she has sold her soul, that is between her and whatever she's given it to.
Okay then, Lady Ray. I'll see you at tomorrow's potluck. Says turns around and begins to pace off after Paint and Juby.
Okay. Juby, when you get outside, Prince is sitting there with a pigeon in his mouth. He puts it down at your feet.
That's really unhygienic, Prince.
Meow.
Thank you?
I ran out after her.
He nudges it closer to your foot.
Oh, gross. Okay, thank you.
He looks very satisfied.
I'm glad you're happy.
And then Paint comes up right behind you. Paint, there's a dead pigeon at her feet, at a smiling kitty.
Jubilee, oh, that's gross. Jubilee, what did you mean in that? Like, you're not doing it for any of them. Who are you doing this for, then?
Everything I do is for the betterment of someone else. And I still uphold that. That's all.
Then what about all your friends who worry about you?
And I just ask that they trust me.
We do trust you.
No, you
But
don't.
we also...
You are questioning me at every turn.
We don't want to see you get hurt. We care about you. And just because we can still trust in you and still be worried about you, Jubilee.
You don't have to be worried. Not about this. I know how it looks. But I know what I'm doing.
I put my hands on both of her shoulders and I just look at her straight in the eyes and goes, you know, you don't have to do everything yourself.
I know.
We're here to support you. With whatever you need.
I know. Just like I'll always be here for all of you.
Okay, but just promise me one thing at least. You may deny about all what's going on, but this is seemingly very familiar to me. So if you have any questions, any kind of worry or problem or anything, or just want help clearing something up so you can figure out the answer on your own, come to me for aid at least, and I'll try and answer any question you have. That way you're not stumbling through this completely in the dark.
I don't know exactly what kind of help you could provide, but I mean, I will. If things get difficult in any regard, I know that I can count on you.
I'll be keeping my eye on that sword, I hope you know.
Do what you like. I can't stop you.
I'm gonna miss those beautiful pink eyes.
I'm sure. And she's gonna reach down, scoop up Prince, and start to head home.
Okay.
I'm assuming at a certain point
Yep.
Says catches up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paint stays behind a little bit. When they turn the corner, in just a bit of like frustration and anger, Paint picks up a rock and just throws it as hard as they can down the street.
Says makes a note of this, but will not comment since the tension here is too high.
All right. With that, you guys can eventually return back to home and go about your separate tasks. You now have your audience time through,
Okay.
so you can head to her mansion, or her big like Hobbit Hill mansion that she has.
Mm-hmm.
This is your first time being there. You know the description of it is a large hill covered in beautiful flowers with two enormous double doors. Like, these things are probably about, 15, 20 feet wide. And there is a group of armored gnolls who have a symbol of, it's kind of like a cobra wrapping around a diamond on their tabards as they stand guard outside of it.
Okay. I'll just kind of walk up and just with a very strong and confident presence, just the guards that are maintaining the door, just kind of give them a very deep bow, taking my 1 foot backwards and with arm over my heart, and just say, "Good evening," or what? Yes, we'll say it's evening. Good evening. My name is Fruling. I believe I had an audience here with Lady Cryotrixia.
Yes, Fruling, it's been noted. We will direct you inside.
And
Very much appreciated. Thank you.
they open the doors, and you go inside where there is a well-dressed hobgoblin male, as well as many little maid outfit kobolds running around. And like from the previous time the party was here, the place is covered in these enormous holes that lead into tunnels everywhere, and everything is textured. Like, the ceilings, walls, and floor all have like a different texture to them, whether it be carpets or grass or whatever. And the hobgoblin will bow to you and be like, "The lady waits deeper inside of the mansion. If you would follow me."
I would very much like. Thank you. They will be still acting basically as formal as they possibly can, and walk behind the hobgoblin.
Okay. As you go deeper into the mansion, it's that same thing where it gets progressively colder as you go further and further underground. While this place is not very large on the surface, it is quite deep and expansive underground. And in a grand room with all manners of what was the dining room the party was previously in, with the giant portrait of Cryotrixia and Cleotrixia, you see the almost like basket with the pie slice taken out of it, upholstered seat in which you see an enormous Lamia woman, who everybody remembers the artwork of Lady Cryotrixia. I'll flash her on the screen briefly. Everybody's favorite snake mommy. Snake mommy
We
is
love the
back.
snake mommies.
We love our snake mommies. And so she's probably a good 30 feet long. And
Got the artist.
yes, and the artist is Mommy Mana.
Let's go, baby.
And she is reclined inside of her basket, looking down at you. Because she's about 30 feet long, but in her full curl up, she's about 15 feet tall.
So Fru is a big them, big old them, but is still like, you know, very much pales in comparison to them. So they will kind of, as they walk up, they kind of they're maintaining eye contact with Lady Cryotrixia, and with just a very soft and doing their best to have like a welcoming smile on their face. And as they do the same thing where they take their cloak that they have around their back, sort of like part it away, take the step back, and do a bow and says, "Lady Cryotrixia, it is a pleasure to meet you."
I imagine it is quite the honor for you to gaze upon me, but you came highly recommended by some people very near and dear to my heart.
Now, they do me all of the honor, and I assure you that I appreciate every moment of your time that you're willing to give to me. I have a few things that I would love to speak to you on the note of, and I believe that you may be a bit well versed in at least the events of which I inquire. I'll be honest and outright with you, because I believe that you deserve that. I hunt the Seekers of the Silver Flame, and I came across the lovely party, as they call themselves, Rose Gold, of Cess, Jubilee, Paint, and Page, and I found myself finding out that they had encountered something to do with the Seekers here in Greywall, and as a hunter of their kind, I wished to inquire more, to find out any of their movements and any sort of clues that would help me eliminate them from the picture permanently.
So you are a hunter. Interesting.
Hunter, assassin, mercenary, really whatever it takes to get the job done in many ways.
Well, if you talked to that party, then you must know that I despise the Seekers. And if I had the opportunity, I would personally have torn them limb from limb.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to do the same, Lady Cryotrixia. I've even taken the liberty of designing some crossbow bolts, and they'll kind of like pat their pouch, specifically designed to stop the magic from flowing that they hold so dear to them.
She's gonna slide out of her basket and form a loose circle around you. Like, you know, it's probably about 5 feet around you. And kind of just slink around looking at you from different angles. And
I let them do it, just maintaining the same smile, soft smile of confidence.
flicking out her tongue and stuff. She goes, I can certainly taste your prior activities.
I do my best to wear my heart on my sleeve, Lady Cryochixia.
Oh, how charming. Well, from what I was led to believe, the Seekers here were eliminated. However, there are whispers. And she puts like one of her enormous talon hands on. It's less your shoulder and more of the left side of your body. As she leans in to the right side of you. And you can smell that spiced reptile scent when you're this close to her. And she goes, but there are whispers that they are closer than just Greywall.
Planning to attack Greywall, or just a place nearby?
And then she'll alternate to put her right claw on your right side as she twists to the left and goes, who is to say? All I know is that their activities have been noted, and I'm sure that if actions are to be taken, then a hunter, and she kind of slides her tongue against the side of your face, services could be utilized.
I would be more than willing to do any of my services in service of such an honorable lady as yourself.
And
interesting, though.
She will slide one of her talons against your skin ever so slightly as she starts to unwind herself around you. And while you don't feel any pain, you do see that there is a visible, like, very narrow cut that materializes down your arm as she does it.
I pay it no mind whatsoever. I just going about we're both people of business in this moment. But kind of as she starts to leave the coil, or like coil around Fru, going to kind of just take a moment and just look up to her and say, now, informants, who might those be? Anybody that I might know of? I'd be interested in seeing any sort of information gatherings that they have that I could be of use to in some circumstance. Outside of the assassin work, of course. I'd do anything.
She kind of chuckles a bit as she holds her hand almost in faux embarrassment in front of her face and goes, oh, I don't think we're at the proper level of trust for me to show you mine and you to show me yours.
Oh, no, of course. We must keep things professional as it is.
All I can tell you is you are new to my city, but you are in good company. And she'll put one of her fingers against your lips, like one of her claws against your lips, and look you with her very large snake eyes into your eyes.
I want to take her hand and just give it a very soft, honorable kiss on the claw.
She goes, now you continue to be the good little hunter, playing nice with the people that I cherish, and maybe, just maybe, I will be able to show you everything you desire.
That would of course be appreciated in any ways that you are willing to give, Lady Cryotrixia. If If I might ask one final question, so that way I do not take up any more of your time. The one thing called paint. I know that Lamias are gifted in their reading of characters based off of what they can smell. Is he working for the party to the best of his abilities?
She gets kind of a wry smile, and she goes, Paint is a sweet and conflicted child, but their heart seems to be in line with their companions. They earned my trust, and it will take a significant character deviation for that to change.
I understand. Thank you for honoring that perhaps difficult question. I do not wish to doubt the party, but I noticed a few lines that were a bit concerning, and I thought someone as yourself, who hates them as much as I do, would be the best person to confirm or deconfirm suspicions. I will not lay a finger on them, please. Don't you worry.
She gets a big, overly large smile that reminds you of a constrictor snake. And she very lightly puts her enormous talons around various parts of your body as she looks down at you and goes, Like I said, they are very near and dear to my heart, and if you ever do anything to hurt them, I can say that you look good enough to eat.
Understood. I will not harm them. I only wish to make sure that they weren't being deceived. I ask this out of care for their well-being. I meant no offense, my lady Cryotrixia.
And she retracts her talons and slinks back into her basket and goes, I'll be watching very closely.
Oh, I would invite you to do the same. I like to think that I work very well in a pinch. I'll take another bow and say, if you'll excuse me, I believe that is all that I wish to speak about today.
So be it. She gives you that same wry smile as some kobolds come up with a giant chalice full of wine that they lift up to her.
Actually, sorry, one more thing. I apologize. Since you hate them so much, here. They'll reach into their ammo pouch, pull out one of the bolts, and say, you might want to make some of these for any people that you talk to.
She gestures to one of her kobolds, who comes over and gives you a curtsy as she picks up the bolt. It has been noted.
And with that, I promise I will leave. I look forward to working with you more as the time comes. Another deep bow, and we'll walk out of the room, still facing towards her, making sure to not turn my back on the honorable Lady Cryotrixia before turning at the doorway.
Yeah, she gives you half-lidded eyes, and she goes, Oh, I look forward to learning so many things about you.
I would be glad to share.
And she takes a deep sip of her wine as you are escorted out by the hobgoblin.
All right.
And yeah.
I'm good. That was fun.
See, you get a different tone of cryotrixia because you're not the people who saved her daughter. She is
Understandable.
far less friendly.
Gotta have a few other conversations first.
But yeah, so you return to the mansion, and next up on the list is Cess.
Oh, is it time?
It's time.
Alright. Since on the third or fourth day of being back home, has received a loot box from LD and is going to grab Sylvana to go work on a project with her over at Oathgold's.
Me? You want to work with me?
You're a strong craftswoman. Come on.
Okay.
You coming or not? Come on.
Yes, one moment. She puts on her tunic and her spider bot leaps onto her back. What are we doing? Where are we going?
So I just figured you've been in your room I'm assuming that this one we're like out on the street and like no one in the party can hear. Listen, you've been inside this entire time we've been back in Greywall, and that can't be good for your skin. Just come on out. You don't have to help me if you don't wanna. Although I think you're like me in the sense that you want to see some weird shit in this box and see what I make with it. So come on.
What is in that box? It sounded very suspicious when you were talking to LD about it.
So I was reading in the news back in Sharn that this wizard got raided by the Sharn PD, the gods and stuff. And this is one of the evidence lockers that is in that was for the case. Obviously wizard's arrested, it's a open and shut case, yeah? But the evidence, LD, when a case is finished, LD and other, people of a unsavory sort can, buy them from some less than savory gods. And well, we're gonna crack this bad boy open and see what's in it, and see if I can make anything useful with it.
Is this safe? Should I be concerned?
That's why I'm bringing you with me. Come on. Also, you haven't had a chance to work in a real workshop yet, right? Just with your tools back at home?
Well, no, I haven't been to like a smithy or anything.
I met this guy, Oathgold. You'll like him. He's real loud. Anyways, he's a fan of my coach, so he lets me do work. It's where I made everyone's new tools and stuff, so I'm sure if I vouch for you, he'll let you work there too. Yeah?
All right. If you want me to be a part of this, then I guess I could use an afternoon outside of the mansion.
Besides, a strong craftswoman gotta stick together,
I am aware that you do make things yourself, and they are actually of very good quality.
Actually, you say that like you're surprised.
Well, no, I just mean that you're...
I'm teasing. Sylvie, I'm teasing. You've seen me hurt with these things. You know what I can do. I know that. But yeah, let's go to Oathgold, see if he can lend us his workshop, and we can do some girl talk while I crack this open.
All right. As you get to Oathgold's workshop, he sees you and he gives you a kind of a greeting in Dwarven, and he's like, you're back. It's good to see you again.
I respond back in Dwarvish. Yeah, it all went well. Actually, no, wait. You know what? Says would have a different accent for Dwarvish, because
he has a different accent for Dwarvish.
yeah. She's gonna be like, yeah, so it's really deep. That's my default for Dwarvish.
Oh,
all right,
no.
that's what we're going with. Because she tries to imitate her master who taught her. Told my coach about you. He didn't really seem too fazed by your name. I'm sorry if that wasn't the effect you were going for, but he knows. Anyways, this is my friend Sylvana. She's also a craftswoman, and I was wondering if she could help me when I, did some work in here. I want to make some more. I want to improve my spikes. Is it fine if we use your space again?
He switches to common as he looks at Sylvana and goes, "Oh, welcome to my workshop." And she just actually goes into perfectly fluent Dwarvish, and goes, "Oh, that's not necessary. I do happen to speak Dwarvish. I've worked with several dwarven craftsmen over the years." And the dwarf kind of eyebrows go up and goes, "Color be impressed. I see that Cess has found herself in good company then."
She's pleasant company.
I can imagine. Feel free to go use the workshop up back. And Sylvana, it's an honor to have you in my forge, and I am honored to forge I'm honored to forge within it. And he kind of nods, like, "Damn, she knows her shit for Dwarvish culture." And
Says knows like says is also kind of weird because like she's only learned the informal bits of Dwarven culture, so this is alien to her now. Like, wait a minute, I thought I knew this better.
Yeah, it's basically like, you speak street Spanish, and this lady just busted out full on, Vosotros Castilian.
God damn, we're learning plenty of things about each other today, Sylvana.
Oh,
All right, come on up, Beck.
yeah, I'm sorry, it just never really came up before. But yes, I've worked with numerous dwarven artificers over the years, so I felt my father felt it was almost a requirement that I become fluent.
That's... My dad also talked about Dwarvish craftsman. He worked with a bunch since he was a... he also built things. I'm sorry, I'm bad with my words. Yeah, I lucked out getting someone to teach me Dwarvish.
Well, you speak very well.
About as well as I could for learning from a street gutter dwarf. Again, bad with my words. I'm sorry. I'm cracking open the box now. You wanna?
Well, if you ever want to learn how to speak more eloquently, just you can always let me know. I'd be happy to teach you.
Spending time with you always sounds lovely, Sylvana. Anyways,
She
feel
blushes.
free to use Anyways, Sylvie, feel free to use the spaces you need, alright? I'm gonna crack this thing open, and Cess takes out her handy-dandy crowbar and pops the top, and Obs, is it cool if I narrate this, or do you want to do something?
No, you can narrate it if you'd like.
Says cracks the top up, and this like puff of like smoke, it smells like rotten eggs, pops on. She like covers her nose and it's like, ugh, and she looks inside to find trash, slagged material, like metals that were like used for experiments, completely like turned black and crushed up. Gibberish notes that she can't read, so she's just throwing those out. Those could be spells or something, but she doesn't know. And magazines, the newspaper clipping, it's garbage. It's a box of garbage. But the audience notices one thing, and it's this little black goo that sort of like creeps up the side of the box while Cez is staring in disbelief at the fact that she just got scammed. And the black goo crawls into Cez's tools. And Cez looks back at Sylvana and goes, I don't suppose I could make better armor out of... she pulls up a copy of Sharn's Digest.
She looks at this and her eyes go very wide. And she will come up to you and start examining the fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you learn about this?
Oh, I just read about it in the paper. It was some whack job trying to make some sort of living thing. I don't know. A lot of big sciencey words I didn't understand. All I knew is that he was making something, so I figured if I could get some of his materials, I could make, weapons or armor that are, worthy enough to get rated for. But I guess if all I have is this junk, I mean, I guess I could just remake my spikes and call it there.
She she looks a little concerned at it, and she goes, Cess, this is related to Delkir bioarcana.
It's just oil, probably. Don't worry about it. Delkir, that's a big fancy. What does that mean?
It's basically there are creatures deep inside of the earth which have learned how to experiment in the manipulation of biomass as well as with magic, combining the two. This is clearly derived from those principles.
That's what that goo thing is?
Yes, if it behaves similarly to other Delkir devices, if you properly attune yourself to it, it should act akin to ferrofluid.
That's that metal that like moves when you put a magnet stone near it, right?
Yes, for the sake of simplicity and brevity, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Coach figured out early that I didn't really understand the ins and outs of craft, and I just sort of listened to what the metals make in terms of noise and jam them together. Although, I'm pretty sure this little guy, and she like puts the goo on her fingers, they wouldn't like being in the smelter. But
no,
it does.
It should be able to attune it to you, and it. I need to emphasize how dangerous this is, Cess.
Listen, we got some slag rocks from the experiments this guy did. I think if we made spikes out of them, and then I had this thing attached to the spikes, I mean, it wouldn't be like what happened to Pain or what's... Oh god, out of character, did we tell the entire party what's going on with Juby?
Oh, did you?
I feel like...
Out of character, I feel like I would have.
Okay. I feel like I would have. I feel like, I mean, if I have this thing attached to something else I'm wearing, and it's not directly attached to me, it should be fine, right? So, I'm gonna make some... What kind of material would I have to make these spikes out of? What kind of... And she starts taking the rocks and, like, smacking them together to hear the noise they make. Okay, so... She starts reaching for some metals that she has in her smithing's tools and starts smelting and pouring the liquid metal into a set of molds for her spikes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pattern that forms against the spikes almost instinctively from the slag metal that she used, and the goo sort of like crawls in and fills up those gaps. Huh. Okay. Do you know anything about this bio stuff, Sylvie?
Her face kind of darkens a bit. She goes, I have some familiarity with bioarcana.
Well, we'll find that more as we use it. I'm just gonna set these spikes alongside the cool and let that goo thing get accustomed. Now, what about you? You got anything you want to make, Sylv? Any tune-ups you want to do?
It would probably be a good idea for me, to work on my assistant a bit and make sure that the magnetic runes in my gauntlets are properly inscribed again. I guess I could do that.
You use those like... So the magnetic runes are what make it fire out the bolts, right? Your gauntlets?
Yes, come here.
Yeah. And like says it's like interested now.
She will take out her two big gauntlets and puts them down in front of you. And she shows you the various runic plates on the interior of them, going up each of the fingers as well. And she goes, "See, the principle is quite simple. It uses magnetic arcana to be able to attract and then spontaneously repel a given object. I particularly choose these rods I craft because they have the maximum of the aerodynamics as well as the penetration capability. But yes, so they allow it to be, like, in theory, it could apply to any object of sufficient size and weight for which of them to be affected by a significant enough magnetic pull. But yes, in essence, these runic plates allow me to be able to attract and then promptly project any ferrous object that I can come into contact with.
Well, you got the plates just stationary there, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, repeat that up.
I said yes.
Well, you see, here's the thing, right? I know it might seem like more effort, and you probably don't have a source strong enough to do it. I couldn't even imagine you doing this with your bare hands. If you got a setup, right, where if you could load it like a crossbow, wouldn't the force you're projecting on it sort of like mimics like the idea of like you pulling one plate back to build up that magnetic tension? Like the default is them close together, but if you pull it back, it'll be high strung and fire a stronger shot. If you do that could be a good next step to make your shots hit harder. I mean, makes sense. It's like a slingshot at that point, yeah? Except with magnets.
She kind of puts one of her gloves against her chin and thinks about it and goes, I think that is a hypothesis worth testing. It could perhaps increase the overall, at least velocity, at least on a controllable level.
You definitely need to worry about shock absorption. You'd have to find the metal soft enough that the recoil doesn't blow off your hands. I remember Coach tried making a really big crossbow once to show me how to pay attention to that. It blew up instantly. Wouldn't want your pretty hands blowing up either.
And she kind of laughs and goes, my hands have been through plenty. This is the least of my concerns.
At least well, first off, if there's anything I learned, regardless of your work, you should still put an effort in to look good. And thankfully, you've already got that down. Secondly, I'm glad to see you laugh. You seem pretty down the last couple of days, and, well, I didn't really know how else to cheer you up. My other ways of cheering up probably wouldn't work for you, so I figured, nose to the grindstone would work, yeah?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry for acting so distant. It's just been a lot the last couple days, and I'm processing a lot of things, and I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable.
I mean, it's okay. Listen, first off, you're one of us, all right? Basically family, so you can let us know if you need any help, all right? And if you need to talk, if you just need someone to distract you, I mean, I'm more than willing to distract a pretty lady like you, okay?
I appreciate it. I'm sure it'll be fine. I just got some feelings I need to kind of work through. But it feels nice to be able to just work with my hands and work with my brain.
Well, if you ever need a distraction for your heart, just let me know, okay? And she winks.
She kind of blushes. It goes, Sess, it's been noted.
I'm only teasing. I know the simple flirts wouldn't hit you that hard, okay? But, if you ever wondered, I'm teasing.
Well, if you ever want to talk about craftsmanship or artifice, or to learn Dwarven, just please let me know. I'm always happy to talk about these things. I don't have a lot of opportunities to talk about such practical and theoretical things.
Anytime, Sylvana. Talking with you is goes down smoother than a glass of firewater.
Kind of gives you a oh you gosh. But yeah, so
yeah, I feel like it's a good point to end that scene.
Yeah, the rest of the crafting goes by. Sylvana's in very good spirits when you return to the house, as she enthusiastically talks about different artifice principles.
Yeah, Sez would gladly talk to her about craftsmanship whenever she needed to.
But yeah, and so with that, everyone is back at the house. All of the main activities have completed. We will now enter a phase of various idle actions that each of the characters will be doing over the next few weeks. It has been noted that Paint is going to be working with Lady Ray about the orphanage.
I wanted to say something about that. I also wanted to. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That was rude of me. I also wanted to not only talk to Lady Ray, but also it came to mind I should probably ask Trixie because she could be a good sponsor, help support financially if she chooses to. I should probably ask her if she's willing to sponsor us at all, as well as actually look for a building I can look at to start saving up and look into finding out what the proper paperwork and everything is, so I can actually do that in the city.
Lady Cryotrixia will politely decline. She is not inclined to assist with the Silver Flame. But Lady Ray will have a very nuanced and crabby reaction, but she will be open to helping you. Jubilee, Kaishen, and Fru are going to be training alongside Magnolia, who has hashtag thoughts about Jubilee and Jubilee's new appearance, but that's a conversation. Cess is going to continue to craft and train and do community activities with Lady Ray. Sylvana will join in with Cess when it goes crafting. Paige, what do you want to be doing as your idle action for the next few weeks?
She's probably going to be hitting the books a lot, especially since she just recently learned about the temporal vision.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if she can kind of piece that together and see if she can kind of connect the dots when it comes to that.
Okay. All right. And so as everybody carries out their activities, I will do a scene of Magnolia and Jubilee before I move on to the next big thing, because I do feel like this is kind of important for her to address this.
What?
So
sorry.
What?
No, I was just going if my show made any extra money, so
I'll let you know.
Stuff. Okay.
So yeah. So very shortly after you return to the mansion, Magnolia will basically come out of wearing her towels, one classic towel around the torso, one around her hair, as you return to the mansion and be like, "Ah, Jubilee, Juby? Are you all right, Juby?"
Yes, I'm fine, Maggie. How are you enjoying the new accommodations?
She walks up to you and looks you very deeply into your eyes. Goes, "Juby, what happened?"
Everyone's asking that, and the answer is the same. Nothing happened. I just look a little different, that's all.
Yeah, but Juby, you look different. That's a pretty significant change.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I look different, but I'm fine. Everything is fine.
What happened? What'd you do to yourself?
I didn't do anything.
Juby, people's eyes and ears don't just spontaneously change. Are your teeth sharper?
Maybe a little bit.
What's happened, Juby? You can tell me. Was this something to do with paint?
No, it's got nothing to do with paint.
The fuck?
I didn't know if they were doing that, some of that changeling stuff to you.
No, it's nothing like that.
What kind of discrimination?
And she'll just kind of pull her aside and back into the room so they can, talk by themselves and just... I've been using a new sword, and it just seems to have some additional effects.
Wait, the sword is doing this to you?
I think so, yes.
Juby, if the sword's doing it to you, you should stop using it. You know Daddy wouldn't allow that.
Yeah, well, Daddy wouldn't allow a lot of things.
Where is this coming from? You know that, like, I'm just saying this goes against everything we were taught. You know, you don't do these kind of things to yourself. You don't use things you don't understand. What did Daddy always say? You never walk into a battle that you don't know all the parameters of?
I know. And I don't know everything about this, but all I know is that, well, I feel stronger when I use it. And I know that sounds so foolish, but if I'm going to be the best that I can be, why not be the best? Nothing has changed. Aside from a few cosmetic changes.
You say that, Juby, but I'm worried about you. I don't want you to wind up like Cliff.
I'm not gonna end up like Cliff.
Just he also had changes, and I'm just worried. I don't want you to get hurt because you walked into something you didn't understand.
You know, of all people, I would have thought that you would have at least tried to trust me a little on this.
Juby, I do trust you. I'm your sister. I'm worried about you.
You don't have to worry, all right? You don't have to worry about me. Nobody has to worry about me.
Juby, we're family. I care. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Okay.
Okay. She kind of holds up her hands like, "Oh, okay, Juby. I'm not the enemy here."
I know, Mac. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snapped at you. It's just been a lot. Everyone's just been doubting me and pushing me aside, and I just need one person to know that I'm strong enough for this.
Juby, I know we butt horns a lot, but you're my big sister. I've always thought you were damn good fighter, and I know you do what you're told, and I know you do what's right. That's just why I wanted to at least tell you that it's alarming, but I'm always here with you, sis. That ain't ever gonna change.
Thank you, Maggie. things are gonna be all right. I promise. Everything is fine. I'll show you that you don't have to worry.
All right. It'd be a damn shame that I'd have to take over all your responsibilities. You know,
you sure would love that, wouldn't you?
You know what? You know, as much as I like a good fight and making Daddy proud, there are a lot of really cute boys out there, and I could be spending time with them.
I don't think I didn't see you eyeing up Fru over there, okay?
Have you seen them?
Yes, I have seen them. You better keep your mitts to yourself.
She kind of gives you like a conspiratorial look as she leads it, and she goes, "Yeah, but have you seen them?"
Well, they don't exactly leave a lot to the imagination, so yes, I have seen them.
All right, you definitely have to tell me in vivid detail. And she'll kind of laugh and she'll give you a hug.
She'll give her a big, like, sturdy, clenched hug, just bear hug.
And yeah, and it'll end, and that will end there. The next 2 weeks go by, you know, with all of your various activities. When the Jubilee and Magnolia receive a letter, a nice arcanogram from Lord Augustus Baneshield Ravimont.
Oh boy.
Saying that you are being summoned to the apartment, the vacation apartment in Sharn, in the upper towers.
Oh.
And it is concerning your next contract. The airship will be arriving later this evening.
Maggie, do you perchance know what this is about?
I don't know. I didn't talk to Daddy.
Okay, I didn't either. I didn't know if you had. I guess we'll
Has
tell
he
the
sent
others.
you other letters about your other jobs?
No. This is the first word I've heard from him since I left.
Oh. I guess it's important.
Yeah, it must be. Let's go tell the others.
Yeah, if it's concerning next contract, this sounds like it should really be a group endeavor.
Oh boy, I was hoping I wouldn't have Daddy meddling in this, but we'll see I guess we have to see what he wants.
Yeah, hopefully it ain't nothing. Hopefully it just wants to congratulate you on your very publicized win in the arcane arena.
Oh, I don't think he would congratulate me on that, but yeah, we'll see what he has to say. And she'll meet up with rather probably call Lily and ask for her to gather everybody for a house meeting.
Lily will summon the house party.
Yes.
As you are all gathered to speak with Jubilee and Magnolia. It's surprising that Lily said this was a Jubilee and Magnolia speech.
It's
True.
very surprising, but that's good.
Yeah. Fru walks in and just sits down and just immediately man spreads real fucking hard.
Magnolia
Causing
eyes
problems.
very intently. Bulging
what's going
side eye.
Well, we got a letter. It's gonna be concerning our next job, our next contract. I don't know what it is. It sounds like it's gonna be negotiated in person, but I think I should be the first to tell you. We are going to be meeting my father, mine and Magnolia's. He's the one who sent the summons.
Instantly turn back into Cliff.
Just him, or
His is the only signature on here, so I presume yes.
We should bring some local snacks from Greywall just to be safe, in case there's more than just him.
Wait, what is your father like? You shouldn't be worried, right? He's your family.
Well, no, you shouldn't be worried, but he's a he's a stoic type. You could say that's a polite way to say it.
Like Coach?
Kind of. He's a real stickler to order and, a soldierly type. I mean, he was a soldier and a mercenary who, worked his way up through the ranks of nobility, and well, frankly, he doesn't let you forget it, so.
Kai Shen nods and goes, "Ah, warrior. This should be very amicable."
I've met him a few times. He likes me, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
X'd it out.
So I don't know what the details are non-existent. I mean, you can read the letter if you want, and she'll sort of hand the page around to the group.
Yeah, it's in very, very exacting, tactically written handwriting, and it literally just says it's Jubilee and Magnolia, you've been summoned back to our apartment in Sharn concerning your next job, or your next contract with the directorate.
Okay, so Magnolia, you're gonna come with me this afternoon. We're gonna get your father some snacks so we can, be manful and stuff. Okay?
Sis, Daddy ain't a provincial snacking kind of guy.
You gotta give him something local. It's the manifold thing to do, right? You want to listen. Listen, me and Paige, we had a unique growing up, but we had expectations from the adults in our community. If you don't show to your father how mature you've become, he ain't ever gonna let you live it down, all right?
It's usually not done with sweets, though. It's more done with
I said
wine
snacks,
or.
Well, this is also
I don't think you guys can afford wine for Daddy.
Yeah, there wasn't really a gentle way to put that, but she's absolutely correct.
Well, okay then. Well, maybe you two with your fancy allowances. Oh wait, you don't. You get paid the same rate that we do.
No, I'm just saying. I don't. Daddy ain't the bringing gifts kind of guy.
He's not.
Right,
he's not expecting anything.
If you don't want to be manifold, if you don't want to prove to your father that you're considerate as an adult,
I don't think that it's exactly manners. More so, the frivolities of the gesture is lost on him. Am I correct?
Yes.
Honestly, he probably wouldn't care.
Well, for you seem like you have a lot of luck with older folk. What do you think is a good first impression? Because, listen, I mean, going off of Magnolia's first impression of me, I can only imagine what a dad is going to think of me and Paige.
I think if I may, the best way to make a good impression on him is to be your most authentic selves. He kind of has a high and mighty stature, but he doesn't like all of the pomp and circumstance.
Why he always laughs when I pull the prank?
That's easy enough to do, but is it just your father, or?
I'm
Oh.
assuming so. I mean, Oriana's not mentioned, so she's
And-
probably not going to be there.
And Euphoria isn't, or Mama
Yeah,
isn't mentioned.
Mama definitely. If Daddy's there in the same room, she probably won't be there. So
Yeah.
No? Your
Oh
mother and
no,
father
they've long since been separated.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It was a long time ago, and the family dynamic is a little odd, but it's still our family.
And Oriana is very nice.
She is. She's so sweet. And if we ever do get an opportunity to meet her, she would really like you all.
Is she your?
Our stepmom.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So sorry, sisters, but it looks like you won't be able to steal this man away from me.
What?
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the real mom. Excuse me. Anyways, are we gonna go now to the airship, or is this later in the day?
It's said in the evening, right? That
Yeah.
Come to us, right?
Yeah. Daddy's sending an airship tonight.
Wait, like coming here?
Well,
They're coming to
probably
us.
not like literally coming to the mansion. It's probably going to be outside the city.
Right.
Okay,
The
just
city
making
hasn't
sure.
developed to the point that it looks like it has a skyport at all.
A what?
Skyport.
Yeah. You know
You
where
know, like-
airships dock and go from? Where else
Those
do you think
things
they go?
stop?
Well, yeah. Just like any other vehicle.
How far down in the slums were you?
I don't know. Paige got a better view of the higher parts of Sharn than I did. She could probably give you a better idea.
Well, yeah, but I grew up in an alleyway, and I still knew that the airships docked at Skyport.
Look,
So,
Says looks at her sister for help.
Help,
We
help.
didn't really get to see too much. I mean, this was more focused on a lot of other things.
well, in any case, I suggest you get ready. He will expect us to be quite punctual. And by that I mean we better be there early. So
15 minutes at least, I would guess.
If you're not early, you're late.
Oh, real quick. Wait. First off, who's going and who's staying? Because we got a large crew. I don't.
Oh,
Well, I assume we would take the maids, of course. Well, not Lily, but the actual maids.
Okay, so we taking Tina's, Lily's staying.
and Mr. Zhao, I know you expressed interest. I think, considering your similar backgrounds, I think it would be good for the both of you to meet.
So be it. I follow your commands.
Well,
So
I'm not commanding you to come. It's only if you want to.
And I'm also sure Sylvana wants to stay back and work on some of the projects I've seen her the past few weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sylvie, did you want to work on those upgrades to the gauntlets we talked about?
Oh, yeah, I can work on those, and I guess I'll keep Lily company.
Oh wait, you know what? Speaking of, I entirely forgot to show this to you guys, and Sess is gonna run up to her room and come back down with her leather jacket, but now it looks like it's covered in oil splatters, and she puts it on.
Do you need to wash that?
No,
yeah, I
this is
highly suggest washing that before you get on the airship.
Does it smell? I have to ask, because you said it
You know-
smelled when she took it out of the box.
the box smelled. The jacket does
Okay.
not. Says is at least careful of that.
You know, if you've seen the seats, you have to pay for them, right?
Well, you see like the oil slickers sort of like sharpen up and turn into like this fractured pattern across the jacket and cover the spikes. Actually, since Sylvana's here, she could say the wood because I do not remember the wood for this. Sylvana, what's the wood for this stuff?
It's Delcure Bioarcana.
Yeah, that. Anyways, I don't really know, but check it out. Every time you look at these spikes, they're just in a different shape, and it's like, as she says that, every time you guys blink, it's like the spikes just differentiate bit by bit into different forms. It's neat.
I do once again advise you to please be careful, sis. That substance can be very dangerous.
Alright, Sylvana, I'll take plenty of notes on what happens, and we can review them when we get back, okay?
Makes the spike stronger, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at the very least, it should be easy to hit somebody if they're all different.
Test drives in?
Yeah.
I think it's alive, is it?
It's like Sylvana and mine little own experiment.
An experiment? You two did together?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Sylvana also works with metals and stuff, so I figured, be good for the two of us to work together on this.
That's good to hear. Awesome.
And I'm teaching her how to be able to speak better Dwarvish, as she busts into some Dwarvish.
Oh, wow! That was. Oh my goodness! I didn't realize you were so fluent. That was wonderful.
Yeah. I guess it just never really came up before when we were talking, but I speak several languages.
Snaps back in like broken formal Dwarvish. You really showing off showing me up in front of in front of everybody.
Crew's sitting there knowing Dwarvish, just quietly smiling.
Well,
Ain't speaks in Goblin. It's like, why is everyone speaking a different language?
I admittedly can't speak another language, but I'd love to learn.
If you ever wish to learn any of the languages I speak, I'd be happy to tutor you as well as Sess.
Yeah, I'd love that a whole lot. Thank you.
Great. Sounds like there's a date as soon as you guys get back. For now, we need to actually start packing.
Sylvana does a awkward smile that's best described as the awkward Herald smile face at the mention of it's a date when you come back.
Speaking
Anyway,
of speaking in other languages, Jubilee's just gonna look over to Magnolia, lean over, and in Infernal just say, "Do you think they're gonna be all right with Daddy?"
I don't think so, Juby.
I don't think so either. I hope it goes well.
Maybe at worst he just assumes they're a bunch of bumpkins.
Yeah. Let's hope for that.
You all speak many languages. It is very impressive. Now can we get ready?
Absolutely. Let's go.
If I can do one more thing before the party finishes packing, heading out, it says it's just gonna hug Sylvana and once more reaffirm. Yeah, I'll give you the notes when we get back. All right? We'll finish this experiment together.
Okay. I look forward to it when you get back.
Just purposely trying to make your sister jealous now.
Yeah, it's very clearly that.
Paige's tail twitches. Like
Says
that.
does not know. Sif the player, little bit of tea. Little bit of tea.
But yeah, everybody will get ready. Around the appropriate time, you guys can look out your windows as you see an airship descend out of the sky outside the city. And you can start heading out to it. Before you leave, Sylvana will flag down Paige and go, feels weird having you go off on another adventure without me, but I just wanted you to know that I know you're gonna do amazing, and I'm not there, but I'm cheering you on from here.
Thank you so much. Are you sure you want to stay here? You know you're always welcome to come with us.
It seems like there's going to be more than enough of you to be a handful. I don't want Lily to get lonely, and I guess I understand what it's like to be alone like that, so I'd be happy to keep her company.
Right, but I'll try to come back as soon as I can. I don't want you feeling alone.
And it's all right. She'll lean in and give you kind of a friendly hug.
She's gonna kind of wrap her arms tightly and give her a little squeeze.
I look forward to hearing all about it, Paige. We can have a good chat about it.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'd like to talk about a couple of things. Like, but before I leave, is everything okay?
Yeah,
You
yes.
seem a little down.
Everything's fine. I just been feeling kind of silly lately. Incorrect hypotheses, when executed improperly, lead to disregardable results.
Yeah, well, you work with a lot of stuff. I can only imagine that sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want it to, but I'm sure just looking at it again and seeing if maybe there's another solution. I may not know much about it, but I'd definitely be willing to help you when I get back.
She looks at Paige in the eyes, and there is a lot of pain in her eyes as she forces a smile and goes, "Yeah, maybe it just requires looking at it with fresh eyes. We can always talk more about it when you return."
Her ears gonna go down again, but she nods a little. Okay, but get better soon, okay? I'll see you soon.
Stay safe. I'm going to be thinking about you even if I'm not there.
I'll think about you too, and you stay safe as well.
I'll do my best. And will back away from you and stand next to Lily and kind of give you a wave as you leave.
She kind of stands there to look at her for a second before turning and walking away, and she just looks really confused and hurt as she goes to meet with the others.
All right. You guys all meet up together. You leave the walls of Greywall, and you see a brilliant, glowing blue orb-powered airship that has the Endeavor written along the side of it, and a group of House Leander liveried sailors come out, and a smiling female half-elf captain brings you aboard and goes, "Oh, the ladies Ravimont, and I'm assuming your companions and retainers. It should be just a fairly straightforward trip to Sharn, and please feel free to settle in and enjoy the ride."
Yes, thank you so much for coming to meet us and pick us up.
Absolutely. Anything in service to Lord Ravimont, and it's the least that we can do.
Still think a train would have been better.
Oh, the DeOrean. And with that, the airship will start ascending, which is a very surreal experience for Cess and Paige to be in an airship for the first time going in the air. Kai-Shen actually appears to be totally at ease in this.
Fru's good too. No
yeah.
problems.
Trying to hold on to a railing or something.
One of the
Says
sailors
at the edge of the airship, just like, the ground's down there and way up here!
One of the sailors will look at you two with a bit conspiratorially, and he goes, Whatever you do, don't look down!
That's looking into the abyss. The abyss.
As you look down, the earth appears to be very, very far away. All the sailors laugh.
I want to call out to Page and Sess and just be like, "You two, come over here," and I'll gesture for them to sit down next to me, as I'm just sitting down on like kind of the edge of the ship.
It's like up against one of the pillars, like cat claws stuck in tree type vibe. Like, okay, I'm coming.
And as you return to Sharn after a few weeks, we will end here for tonight, where next time we will meet Lord Augustus Baneshield Ravimont.
Yay!
And other assorted titles.
Yes. But yes, I hope everyone had fun tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed watching as well. I hope you guys enjoyed playing, you beautiful disasters.
Yay!
It's no longer gay disasters, we are natural disasters now.
Also, Cess doing the NTR arc. Let's go.
What are you talking about? Nothing's happened yet. I mean, whatever happens, happens, right? It's not like Sylvana said yes, or it's not like Savannah's lying.
Yep.
It's all the Venom suit. It's just all the Venom suit.
Yep.
It wasn't on when Seth started the talk and wink.
Wink.
But I'm glad you're enjoying this campaign so much, Alex. I want you all to know you're all beautiful and amazing and valid people, and I hope you enjoy spending your nights with me nearly as much as I enjoy spending it with you. And never forget the most important part, which is that the world's better having you in it. If you haven't done so already, please give me a follow here on Twitch, a sub over on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. You can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be a part of my incredible community and hear all kinds of Ashes of the Last War shenanigans. And thank you for the resub, Ordos. You'd love to see it. We are going to go find somebody to raid for the night. You know, I think I know who we're going to do. Raided them recently, so I don't believe I've actually had the opportunity to raid Code. It's been a long time. So we're going to raid Codename Ferret. He's a very good little British ferret VTuber who's playing Star Sector right now. Ferret. Make sure he's actually still streaming. I don't want to be that girl who raids somebody who finished for the night.
It's the worst.
Yep. He's been playing for 7 hours. God damn.
Holy cow.
My goodness.
So let's go send the little ferret. Doesn't look like the raid has gone through. It's not popping up for me. Let's try that again. Huh. Sorry guys, I'm just trying my raid alert isn't popping up and I'm not getting any notes on it. So let's try something different. Uh-oh. But yeah, if you're a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you're a sub, please copy down the Knight's message. There we go. That I just went in through the actual interface to do it. And let's go send lots of love and lots of hugs. All right, everybody, have a great night and the sweetest of dreams. Bye.
Bye. Bye.